Unreal Engine is a popular and widely used game engine developed by Epic Games. It is used in many modern AAA games such as Epic Games' own multiplayer game Fortnite, or other hit games such as Psyonix's Rocket League, as well as games developed by other major studios in the market. It enables game development on a wide range of consoles and builds, from PC to PS4, Xbox One to Nintendo Switch. These platforms include iOS and Android apps and games. The flexibility of the Unreal Engine to work across platforms is one of the reasons why it is widely used in the market. More experienced programmers can use the C++ language to create their own scripts in the game engine. Even if your coding is not up to scratch, you can also use the very powerful Blueprint interface, which has pre-coded code blocks that you can add to your objects to create interactions in games and apps. This system provides a usable infrastructure for VR games, allowing you to easily create interactions in scenes. It also has powerful material and animation tools for artists, allowing you to quickly make complex scenes. Setting up some of these features can be daunting at first, but it allows you to get started with a lot of basic examples where you can tweak the parameters until you find what you're looking for. Beyond all these features, there is a lot of documentation to help you learn the system. The biggest advantage of Unreal Engine is that it is completely free to use. Whether you are a hobby game developer or a AAA studio, there is no upfront charge to use Unreal Engine. Instead, 5% of each game's revenue is required to monetize it. First, a brief history of the Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine has evolved a lot since 1998. Unreal Engine 2 was first released in 2002, followed by Unreal Engine 3 in 2006 and UE4 in 2014. Finally, Epic Games released the Unreal Engine 5 game engine version in 2022. In addition to many games, Unreal Tournament games have also been developed with this game engine. In 1998, when Unreal was released by Epic, they had problems with their multiplayer system. They tried to fix it for a year, and finally in 1999, a completely new game, Unreal Tournament, was released. This multiplayer system has become indispensable for games today. Until September 2017, they made changes that allowed up to 100 different players to connect and play together in a single game. This meant that the possibilities for interaction within the game were almost limitless. Due to its long history in the gaming industry, it has a huge following and many third-party tutorials and forums. So with all these resources, you can learn the best way to use this engine and find solutions to any problems you encounter along the way. Let's take a look at the Unreal Engine features and common uses. It uses the widely accepted PBR, physically based rendering workflow for materials and rendering. This enables the creation of incredible photorealistic looks in real time. In addition, Raytracing, which comes with the latest updates, has taken realism to the highest level. The Blueprints feature we mentioned earlier allows you to create simple scripts that interact with each other. All of these use a visual interface, so even if you've never learned any code in your life, you can add interactivity to your game with a few short Unreal Engine tutorials. Unreal Engine has a good physics engine that allows for soft body physics, particle effects, and simpler things like gravity. It is quite easy to make any object, for example a swing that reacts to being pushed. Once you get familiar with the Unreal interface, we can say that everything will be easier. The amount of flexibility here is incredible. Once you bring in your texture maps made in another program like Substance Painter, you can use hundreds of different material blueprints to get what you're looking for and personalize the result. Also, previously, Epic Games announced the acquisition of Quixel. All Quixel Megascans assets are now free for Unreal Engine users. Now let's look at virtual reality and level design with Unreal Engine. There are tools in the Unreal Engine that make building for virtual or augmented reality much easier. The rise of VR popularity in recent years cannot be ignored, so it's always useful to have an engine that can help you easily produce content for platforms like Oculus Rift and HTC Vive. Unreal Engine also has tools that allow you to create your own terrain with ease. You can paint your own materials with your mouse. For example, you can blend grass so that it slowly blends into the soil. You can then use nets of trees and grasses, paint forests, or patches of flowers. You can make outdoor scenes in a matter of minutes, and if you're using the plant nets that come with the Unreal Engine, you can use them freely because they're optimized to work in your game. In addition to video game development, the Unreal Engine is also a widely used engine for architectural visualization, virtual production, and filmmaking. If you are thinking of making a game, you can examine Unity as well as the Unreal Engine game engine, which is widely used in the market. What is Unreal Engine? We hope you have found an answer to the question through our article. Goodbye to see you in our next video.